Pup Slushy.
And Cyber Spirit here.
Looks like this match is going to be very similar to the one we last casted, Illuminati versus Render Esports. Um, Basically, what we kind of predicted was going to happen.
Yeah, Illuminati was able to work their way back up through the losers bracket, and then they did have a pretty close match with
It was very
Sheepherder.
close.
So
Yeah, Sheepherd did a great job. Really made sure that they had to work for it, and I'm almost a little worried that Illuminati might be getting a little tired. I mean, we're on hour 11 of playing Halo today. That's like 1/8 of my total time, like logged in Halo Infinite. Like, I'd say it's a little bit too much time.
yeah, I definitely do not envy the players having to go through that much playing. I think they definitely wanted to give Illuminati a little bit of a break there to kind of take a breath because they went through the entire losers bracket almost nonstop. But I think everybody's pretty much getting ready to jump back in, and they want to have this grand final set. Render is looking to kind of just sweep it in this first go, but Illuminati obviously wants to take it to two.
Yeah, and that is if Illuminati does win this next match, it will be a bracket reset because it is double elimination. So they will have to win twice in order to win this entire series. Um, but I feel like Illuminati has to just kind of hope that they're still a little bit hot. Maybe like during like their run through the losers bracket, Render Esports might be have gotten a little cold, like out of practice. I didn't see them sitting over there. I don't know if they've been like going at academy mode or anything, but we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, I think they definitely are going to be maybe a little disadvantaged until they kind of warm back up. Because Illuminati has just kind of gone nonstop this whole time. But Illuminati does have that uphill battle of winning two straight sets. So we'll see what happens here. See, for this first game that we're going to be going into with them, we're going to be doing live fire oddball. So I don't think we've seen live fire today at all.
Yeah, you and I, it doesn't look like we have, but uh, at the very least, we're going to see live fire oddball, Bazaar Slayer, and Aquarius CTF. I mean, and what we've seen from Render Esports, what do you think? What's your ideas? I know we had some hard opinions last time we were in the booth.
I think this time we should switch teams. What do you say?
Switch back, go
Yeah,
back to our originals.
you
Am I team Illuminati again?
yeah, you can go ahead. I know those are your boys.
I feel like I'm at home again. I feel good.
So I'll be pulling for Render this time then. But as far as what I expect to see from them, they just really it was impressive that they were able to come in and just kind of dominate over Illuminati after Illuminati had won the previous two Spirit of Combats. So for them to just come in and never have been here and just say, "Hey, we're a force to be reckoned with," I think that was
Oh,
incredibly impressive.
absolutely. And I mean, that's what I love about these lands. I mean, the longer they go, I mean, the more people hear about it and the more they want to prove themselves, you know?
Mhm.
Like people hear like, "Oh, this guy, this team haven't lost yet. Maybe I'll go give it a try," you know?
And that's another thing is I know that there are some players that Illuminati's, for instance, has picked up players that they've met here at the lands and stuff. So it's sometimes can also bring teams together. So yeah, that
Oh,
is.
absolutely. I mean, Mike Fathom, he won that first Spirit of Combat. I think he was the only person on that team. He's the only player in the entire Spirit of Combat to win all the grand finals so far. And then he picked up another team, and then it's slightly different. It's one different player because we have Blind Dreams, I believe, is the new one this time around. Um, but so with
I mean, as far as what I want to see from Render, I want to just see them keep playing the same way they've been doing. For instance, Ret the Sweat uh, just has that map movement down on like unbelievable, So if they can keep using him as kind of the guy to move around the map the way that they need to be moving around the map, that's going to be great for them. But what do you want to see from Illuminati that they can improve on that they didn't do so well from their first set with these guys?
I haven't. I mean, I'm not like in the room with them right now, or like have been during the games. But I feel like maybe their communication, their team skills, like starting to lack. I'm sure after just such a long day of playing Halo, it's just frustrations are
Oh yeah.
coming up. And then maybe you just kind of get more lackadaisical with like the call outs, even just like communicating, and then even like just tensions just rising. But
Oh yeah, and those little things will definitely build up. Player does this, teammate does this, does it again, and you're just like, come on, come on, get it together. You know,
absolutely,
so those little things can definitely build up, especially over a whole day of playing like this. Um, but yeah, I think Illuminati obviously has the potential and definitely has the skill to pull off a win, but it is definitely an uphill battle for them here.
yeah. So I mean, Illuminati. I feel like we've just been talking about. I mean, we've talked about Fathom, obviously, Manifest. I'd like to Blind Dreams a little bit. I'd like to see a little bit more out of Sinister. Uh, and then even on Render, like Cheetah, like I mean, we see some good plays from him as well today, but I feel like there's still a lot of potential. I mean, we've been focusing, especially right at the sweat. Like I can't tell you how many times we've said his tag today. Ghostifer as well, Leader Ness. I mean, both teams just have such good rosters. I just like to see everybody really come out and like show what they got at the end of the day.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah, these guys are all incredibly skilled players. I mean, maybe a little better than me, just a little bit, I
Yeah,
guess.
probably.
And
Absolutely.
maybe if there were 5 of me against
Oh, then absolutely
7
not.
of
No.
yeah, so,
The teamwork would be impeccable, yeah.
but, you know, but yeah, so we're gonna be starting up the match here soon. Like we said, it is gonna be live fire oddball, and again, the choice of starting with oddball, I think, can be disadvantageous. I I personally, if I was starting out a set, I would wanna start with Slayer, um, but as far as oddball goes, I think definitely Render has already shown, like, they know exactly how to hold on to that ball and when to hold on to that ball.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're finally getting in the match. Watching Manifest here. Try to go through yard. Gets taken down. Gonna move to Mike Fathom. Nobody's picked up the ball yet, but we'll see what everybody's tactics are here. How long they're gonna slay before somebody finally makes a move.
Like, they might try and just wait out for these power items before they even try to go for the ball on both sides. So now Mike has those overshields.
Yeah, that was a good move with him, just scoping out the place, not wanting to waste that camo at all. Really spent a good time on that tower, just trying to like just scope the place out, see what the best move was going to be. Picking up the sniper too.
Now, how do you feel about Sniper on this map? Because I personally don't think there are a lot of good like, scoping vantage points for the Sniper.
That's the thing. I feel like if you pick up the sniper, you're really going to be focusing on those no-scope kills, those quick kills if you can. And what you just saw there, like you go for the no-scope, you miss, you got to switch to that BR. You got to try to get as much damage. You know you're there. You have the disadvantage with that missed shot. Wait to realign it, or you just go for the quicker kill.
Okay. We got Blind Dreams here with the Heat Wave.
Render taking the lead, almost by 10 now. Looks like they're going to be holding it near garage, back B at the moment.
Yeah, Leader Ness not wanting to let go of that ball. Looks like they're just going to let him hold on to it for a minute.
That's probably...
Now, I want to say that when you're at a disadvantage of, okay, the enemy team has the ball, and they're completely on the other side of the map, they have the power weapon, the play to try and make to get into that, I mean, I don't even know, like, I get discouraged easily, so, the mental that you have to have for that, I don't even know what that would even look like, right?
Oh, absolutely, especially like where they're deciding to hold the ball right now, here over B. It's like, it's stressful in the sense that there's a lot of open lanes for the other team to come through, but even though there's so many lanes, you can see all of it. You get like, as long as you guys have a good setup, certain amount of people defending, certain amount of people slaying. There's good places to set the ball if need be. If you need a couple extra seconds, say you get overwhelmed, you just jump off, you let it reset, and you try to go from there. And you got to really think, coming off of Illuminati's last match, I bet Oddball is just not what they want to see to start out this series for this grand final. I mean, that recharge Oddball, that server reset, like...
It was a very long match of Oddball, so yeah, they're probably pretty tired of Oddball. But, I mean, if they want that win, they are going to have to power through it.
So I was hoping to see like maybe just like coming out, trying to win this as fast as possible, get past it. But it looks like we might see Render heading towards that 100-point mark in order to get that first round. Kind of
Yeah,
quiet on the map right now. They must be like regrouping, probably communicating, seeing what the best move is.
yeah, I haven't seen actually. I mean, Illuminati doesn't seem to be having a lot of pushback to anything that Render is able to even put on the map right now. I mean, Render's. I mean, it's a 70-point gap, which is not something you normally would see out of Illuminati.
No, absolutely not. And when they have such a large gap that way, like you got to think like you want to catch that early in the 70s and the 80s and 90s. Like that's why maybe like you see they're like regrouping and because they can push as many times as they want, but it's very easy to get those last 20 seconds, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point you can almost even just, hey,
It's like we gotta reset.
you know, drop it every second and just, you know.
All right, Blind Dreams now with the ball, putting some points on the board for Illuminati. Unfortunately, can't get the Slay. He's going to get picked up by Render. About 13 seconds, it looks like, left. Looks like Illuminati grabbed it back.
Fathom has the ball here.
He's got one person with him. Hopefully, it's enough security. All right, Leader Ness gets taken down.
So you can kind of see here the split between them. So on Render's side, Leader Nets has almost all of the points with the ball, right? He's the one that they've kind of primarily been having hold on to that ball.
Absolutely. I mean,
if you look at Illuminati, it is granted they don't have nearly as many points, but it is split up a bit more even.
you do see that it's a little bit more frantic on Illuminati's side, like kind of just picking up the ball when you can, getting as many seconds as you can, but not really going for longevity there. Render seems to make sure that the map is clear before they pick up that ball.
And that strategy is absolutely working for them.
Yeah, and Leader Ness really taking it, or yeah, making moves, getting points with the oddball. Like we were talking before this match started, we really wanted to see a lot of good playing out of him, and we have as Render takes that first round.
I mean, it was just good playing on their part. They know the tactic to use that works the best for them. If that is just give Leader Ness the ball and everybody else do what they can to scope the area and make sure that he's clear to hold on to it. And that's what they're just going to keep doing.
Absolutely, and you wonder like how like things would be different had Illuminati won the winners bracket and then Render ESports, because you can tell Render is just kind of like taking advantage of like all that extra rest they got, while Illuminati really hasn't stopped playing.
Yeah, on one hand, because on one hand you've kind of got the heat of, oh man, I've been going for a while. I can keep, you know, like you're already warmed up, but yeah, it also has this draining effect on you after so long. That's a great grenade there from Leader Ness.
Like a fight for
those overshields.
Yeah, that overshield right now.
Definitely, and we saw
points
in the last game. That's right where Mike Fathom went, was straight for the overshield before the ball was even picked up. But Render's already got 25 points on the board here. And we see Cheetawanga here with the heat wave. Didn't even want to use it because melee's fine.
It looks like Cheetawanga is really taking place as a Slayer right now. He's really going for those power weapons, trying to make sure that his team can just like sit back, get those points, slowly rotate. Illuminati had a ball there for a moment as well, but unfortunately dropped again, waiting to be picked up by any team.
Small firefight here. Manifest takes that death there.
Live Fire, absolutely my favorite oddball map.
You think
One
so?
of the only ones that, like I feel like it's hard not to have fun. I mean, unless you're getting, you know, demolished. Really hard not to have fun on here. So many great spots to hold the ball, which you've seen. Back B, here over by tower. Render's really taking advantage of those. Like I said, Illuminati's a very aggressive team. Anytime they're trying to make that push, like Render's really using the map to their advantage, like with their play style, you know, like get pushed too much, maybe Illuminati gets overwhelmed, like just reset the ball.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, This map, this is a pretty good map, but I'm not a fan of the sniper on this map. I think there would be, you know, better weapons that, you know, you could have on this map. But, you know, of course I'm not 3-4-3, so I don't get to make those decisions. Looks
You just
like
put spankers in every power weapon
every
spot. I
map
think
has
that'd probably
spanker.
make it. Yeah.
That would
This is
be
what next
balanced,
spirit of
right?
combat, spankers only.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm sure I could talk to some people.
Ball taken.
Alright.
So yeah, we got Cheetah here with the ball again.
Yeah, sitting on that sniper, trying to just waiting for it, hopefully getting some. Oh, yeah,
nice.
took his head off.
Oh,
Dude,
nice double kill.
kill.
Wow.
That is a very good use of that weapon. You know,
Okay,
looks like it
maybe
does quite well on this map. I'm not
maybe
gonna
I take
lie to
it
you.
back. Maybe I've been proven
Maybe like
wrong.
in our hands. Maybe in our hands, it's not a very good weapon for this map.
He definitely heard me said,
Yeah.
I've got to prove this fool wrong.
Yeah, I think
Thanks
he
for
is
that.
like on just Twitch stream right now. He's got you in the right ear. Looks
Oh,
like
man.
Render is gonna take this first game. You really hate to see it. I mean, at least I do, being the Illuminati
You're the
fanboy.
Illuminati
But
fan in the room.
I mean, I'm worried that like that might be like what Render needs just to sweep
Just
this
sweep.
series, because like as soon as you get like their motivation down, like it's just
You
de-escalating from them.
you start to tilt even a little bit in a competition like that, and it's just a team like Render that can just consistently dominate and consistently oppress the other team. You know, you give them even a little bit of wiggle room like that, they're just going to completely steamroll over you. So if you're starting to tilt like that, or I mean, we don't even know if that's what's going on, but just a breakdown of communication, anything that could be happening right now with Illuminati, um, you know, they're just going to take complete advantage.
No,
So yeah,
absolutely. Hopefully, maybe Illuminati's getting a little frustrated like we talked about, but hopefully they'll be able to take some of that anger out. It looks like on Bazaar Slayer, which I don't know if we've seen Bazaar Slayer today. But I mean, that's like one of the better maps. It's like one of the more fast-paced. You got the spanker, you got the overshield, you know, you got the dynamo grenades, all that. So it looks like we're going to be loading in here now and seeing how this goes.
yeah, there is. This map also has a lot of nice. I don't want to say this is going to come off as just me being an absolute noob at the game, but finding a place to hide, you know, it's got plenty of places for you to kind of find a corner, crouch down if you need to.
Yeah, those back tunnels, I'm sure would be great for you. You
Oh,
know, like
absolutely.
right above those lockers. Yeah.
I'll just hide over here. They won't know where I am, right? Nobody goes over there. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Just from the performance that we had from Render before, I don't see. I mean, to be fair, when they played Slayer before, in their first set, it was incredibly even. I think it was like 50 to 46, 50 to 47, something like that, right? So, I mean, if Illuminati can bring it close like that again, maybe find that little bit of motivation, that inspiration or whatever it is that they need to kind of pull off this win.
Absolutely. And we did see Render play on Bazaar CTF. We saw them kind of like use the high ground, make sure they got some slays in, eliminate some of the team before going for all of those power weapons and just utilizing those, the grapple, you know, like the spanker, all of that. Do you think they're going to play similar to that, or do you think they're going to change up now that we're in Slayer? You think it's going to be more fast-paced?
I think I think they'll probably stick to that strategy because obviously it worked for them the first time. I think obviously, and here we go already. Leader Ness has that spanker, but you know they're going to want to play aggressive. That's how they've been playing the entire time. And that last oddball set or that last oddball match did go pretty quick as well. So I mean, if they feel like they can keep up that pace, I'm sure that's what they want to do.
Oh, absolutely. And we're going to hopefully see Leader Ness use this spanker to his advantage. Looks like
It dies before he can get a shot off.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were talking about Cheetah watching our stream on the side, you know, like having something to say about that sniper rifle last match, and I was like, maybe Leader Ness heard me talking about how I wanted to see a little bit more out of him.
I mean, I'm sure if they had us in their ear, they would probably just pull us out anyways. So
No, so I would.
I would.
We got Mike Fat. I don't.
He's just trying to maybe bait them out a little bit.
Yeah, bring him more out into the open.
Mhm.
But Chidawanga has different plans for him. I'm
But
glad to
see-
see the Mangler on the map, but like I said, not many people that we've been watching today, at least in the matches that we've been casting, not really pulling that Mangler. Like one of my favorite weapons to see players use. It's a great combo for the shoot and melee. Really easy, quick.
Oh, wow, Red the Sweat taken down pretty quick there. Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, we saw Mike just kind of around the corner earlier before he was killed, kind of just like jumping, kind of sitting there hiding, jumping. That just kind of goes back to what I was saying about how there are so many places for people to just get out of like the sight of vision of the other team, to get out of the line of fire, right?
Absolutely. We did see Illuminati grab that overshield. Mike Fathom trying to flank that too, but unfortunately didn't seem like he got there in time.
Blind Dreams over here on the side of Illuminati having a really good game. He's top of the slash lines right now. And it is a pretty even game. Illuminati ahead up by 2.
And so you just have to wonder, like, is this going to go how we've seen, you know, Illuminati so far today, where just any of the matches really, just keeping it close and then, you know, just one team halfway through, just accelerating to the end. But I kind of feel like with this one, I mean, as far as slaying goes, I just feel like they're matched, you know, these two teams.
Yeah, when it comes to just an all-out brawl between the two, yeah, they are pretty even. So then you got games like the more tactical or strategic thought-out games like Capture the Flag or Oddball even. And then so at that point you're just saying, well, it seems like Render has a better grasp on the tactics they need to be using for those types of modes, right?
And we see Red just come from the spawn, get a couple slays in there. It seems like we've been focused so much on the middle of both teams. Haven't really seen much firefight out on the outskirts of this map today.
Yeah, they just seem to be meeting right there in the middle. What a nice palm tree. Am I right or am I right?
You're right. It looks like Overshield might have come back. I don't know if somebody got it up.
I don't see anything on that. Blind Dream still up there at 9-1 and 3 slash line. That's
Looks like Illuminati got that Overshield. Gonna try to charge the spawn of Render.
now how do you feel about the plasma pistol in a mode like this?
In a mode like this, I mean, it's just down to practice. I think like if you're comfortable with it, you can make it work, but you can also whiff super easy. It's not. I feel like there's maybe not as much tracking as there has been in the past. That noob combo, you know, just isn't quite what it was. You know, more in the classic Halo days. But
Because I mean, yeah, you easily just drop the charge and then melee, and they're down, right?
absolutely, yeah, just charging it up, getting that hit, gonna take their shields down, and then it's just a headshot from there.
Unfortunate grenade there. Now we see Ghostifer going for a little bit of a chase. He decided to pull off.
Yeah. I feel like now that we're getting in the middle of the match, we get a lot more of these, you know, dead spaces, these quiet times, no gunfire, just both teams just kind of waiting it out.
Yeah, I mean, Illuminati kind of has to be safe, though. You know, they do not want to risk anything. I mean, the last thing they want is to have to just great Ghostifer there.
Oh, absolutely, especially with good players like this. You know, I'm sure they're online most of the day. You know, probably winning more often than not, and it's easy to want to go out there and just kind of like show off or like just get that kill because like these players are good enough. They know that they're able to do that on any given day. But I mean, but when you have a matchup of teams that are as good as these, like you have to learn to be patient on the spot.
Absolutely.
We got Blind Dreams with the Spanker, and You were talking about his performance this match, and yeah, he's been really showing up today.
Oh, look at him
Okay,
go.
got that
Oh,
double
nice
kill.
kill.
And he still got one rocket left. Playing it
Looking at a play
smart,
like
just
that.
rotating the best he can. Kind of just going
At least-
back and forth in this spawn, just letting Render come to them, really.
At least
Now going
these two
through
teams are
lockers.
definitely feeling a little stalemate. There we go. Use that
That
other
was a
rocket.
hard shot, but I mean, he made it work.
He was able to push him off the
Yeah.
side just enough to get the shot, the line of sight.
This is probably your favorite spot of the map.
Yeah, you know, the best spot to hide. The only unfortunate thing is every 2 minutes when somebody decides to come through, you're just automatically dead, right? You know, I know that I'm a detriment to my team, so I like to just go and hide. And rather than feed the other team, I like to just let them.
Yeah,
you know,
pick off a few, you know, just make sure you're
Yeah.
not wasting any points. You always get a little anxious around this spot here by the spike grenades. I actually played in Spirit of Combat, the launch party, the first one, and somebody decided to clip me on Twitch, killing myself with one of those spike grenades, and I wasn't able to show my face at Game Arena for a few weeks. It was a bit embarrassing. Still don't know who did it, but if
now
you're
here
out
you,
there,
here
not
you are.
cool.
Oh. Well, here you are, putting your face on stream again.
Yeah. And probably nobody knew that until I just said.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about spike grenades in here, man. At least not yet.
All right, play slowing down again. I mean, I haven't seen this much with these two teams, but I mean, they're keeping it close. Looks like all the way to the end. Render up by 6 now.
Yeah, I mean, earlier on, Illuminati was up by about 4 or 5, but Render was already able to turn it around and then gain their own lead. And this is exactly what we saw happen in their first set, their first Slayer set, was Illuminati kind of taking a little bit of a lead early on, but then Render just coming and turning it around at the end. That really is such a nice palm tree. I'm glad nobody ever like destroys it or shoots it or blows it up, you know?
Absolutely. You know, like I've never even heard anybody talk about it this much, but like I feel like every time we go by it, I have to take a peek now.
It's the only tree in the entire map. And it's
The win goes to Render. I mean, it was really close up there. We got to the last 10 and they kind of just took off. I don't know if it's discouragement or just patience. Like I think Render might just be like the better slow players, you know, like when Illuminati is forced in those positions to like, you know, take a step back, go slow, like they don't quite have the advantage that they're a fast-paced team, they're an aggressive team.
It's almost like a war of attrition, even, you know, who's gonna hold out the longest, like who's gonna get tired first, right? I mean, at that point, so far it seemed like Illuminati is unable to kind of keep the same momentum going that they keep at the beginning of the game. So, I mean, if they can figure out how to turn that around, then they definitely have a shot. But now it is do or die for them at this point, right? Like they have to now win every single set, every single match the rest of this set.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the next
And in the next set. Yeah, absolutely. And next we're going to Aquarius CTF, which I believe we saw Render and Illuminati play in the first game of the winners final. And if I can remember correctly, probably went to Render. So I mean, Illuminati's got to show up and like really prove that, you know, they are the reigning champs so far. I mean, but we'll see if they have the energy, you know.
Mike seems to be a fan favorite around here. You know, I'm sure he's got his fan base out there rooting for him, asking him to kind of pull it out. So let's see if they can make that happen in this match. Now, when it comes to capture the flag, what are you looking for Illuminati in this one?
Honestly, they've tried to play it slow. They've tried to match the patience of Render Gaming, but I kind of just want to see them sprint towards that flag, pull it, see if they can get it down low, and just see how much distance they can bring. Because I think that first capture is going to be detrimental to this whole game. Whoever gets that first one, they have the momentum. But we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, and you have so much wiggle room especially at the beginning of a match. So you know, like maybe it wouldn't hurt to see if a strategy like that could work, right? To literally just run across the map, grab the flag, and see how far you can take it. Because then you can adjust from there and say, okay, that didn't work, maybe because of this reason, or maybe because of this or that, and then you can adjust. But if you're just going in too passively, I mean, you're gonna lose this tournament, and then it's just gonna be an uphill climb from there.
Taken.
All right, looks like we do have a flagpole. We got Sinister staying up top, making sure he's just clearing anybody over at Rendered.
It's good on him. But now they've got to get that flag back. Looks like he's just making an eye out for his team, making sure that they can get it returned. Nice.
Reset that flag, hoping that his teammate can get back there.
Yeah, and that's another thing is capture the flag requires your team to be incredibly spread out, right? Whereas in Slayer, you kind of want to make sure you're moving as a unit, but in a capture the flag scenario, you know, if you return that flag and there's nobody there to protect it, already it's going to be grabbed again.
Absolutely, and like we're talking about with Illuminati being an aggressive team, like you can be aggressive, but when you're forced to spread out in order to like win the games, like if you lose that 1v1, you can get outnumbered really fast on the map.
Absolutely. Red Sweat here. He did have a double kill there just a second ago and was trying to juggle the flag back as far as he could. Unfortunately, taken down. And they're just both teams just seeing who can grab that flag first. Yep.
We got Ghost for really just inching that flag towards their base. I mean, it's been working so far.
That's what it's going to take. You know, I don't think we're going to see a scenario where somebody can just absolutely take the flag and just run with it, you know.
And he almost utilized that camo, but looks like he got hit last second. Inching that flag just even a little bit more. I think it's going to get there eventually.
Yeah, they are incredibly close to their spawn with that flag, and it looks like they're going to get that first point there. So Render takes the first point in this best of 3 set. Alright, Blind Dreams and seems to have gotten the flag. He's getting it a good distance.
And this is the aggressive like CTF playing. I was saying that I was hoping that we would see. Just go as fast as we can and see what happens. Maybe even tying it up for Illuminati. He did not like that cap from Render there. He immediately had an answer for him.
I mean, he came back. He had almost no contest either.
Yeah, I didn't even look like. I don't know where his team was. I wasn't paying attention, but like, I think he said, "All right, guys, let's get back on the board. Let's reset. I got this. I'll do it for us.
That
Let's
has to
start
be a good
square
deal,
one."
right?
Oh yeah. When you can get that full flag run uninterrupted almost. I mean, he got a couple of shots there at the end, but like, no stopping him once you get that far.
Of course, absolutely not. And so now we're just seeing it.
Looks like Render's a little spread out. I think they're just as blown away as we are. Not really sure what happened there.
It had to have just been some good zoning from
Yeah,
Illuminati,
absolutely.
right? You know, I mean, Blind Dreams was able to take the flag there, but it could have only been because the rest of his team was keeping the team busy on the other side of the map.
Absolutely not. I mean, because as an Illuminati fan, that was absolutely calculated for sure.
Yeah, of course.
No happenstance there at all.
So do you think they're going to come back and just reverse this whole set?
Yeah, I'm a believer, Tom.
calculated?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I just want to see somebody grab this needle just one time. Just make me happy, you know?
Absolutely.
Just cheer a guy up.
Or just to hear the ping of those needles, honestly. That sweet, sweet sound. It looks like Rhett is going to
Rhett is definitely going for that
try to
flag
make a push. We haven't really seen too much of him in this matchup.
Yeah, I know he was.
Not that he's playing bad. He's just playing solid Halo all around.
He was definitely a dominant force in that first set, just kind of all day, the sets that they played all day. But yeah, he's been a little more in the backdrop this set.
like Rhett was trying to drop down low, but immediately saw resistance, so we tried to go left.
Now that flag is just gonna more than likely be returned here. Yeah, that's, and I know you had mentioned it in the set, the prior set, where we had seen both of the flags just sitting up here by the active camo. We were both pretty confused because it seemed pretty strange. Because normally you would want to go down with the flag instead of staying up on the second level.
Absolutely, and that's what you just see out of these Halo Infinite at maps. It's just high and low, and both have their advantages, and you just gotta whatever your team's better at, you know. And it seems like I said, Render definitely loves the high ground.
That was a great play there with Leaderness. Moving around.
I think he's looking maybe to do another quick pull, maybe grab camo first, or let his teammate go for it. They're definitely playing much more defensive now than at the beginning of the game. A lot more of each team staying back in their base.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Somehow
I think
pulled off that melee right there. Looked like he got caught a little bit off guard, but might have had some help from his team from behind.
it seems like they, after that play by Blind Dreams to take that return capture, it seems like maybe Renders said, okay, maybe we should play a little more cautious here. So now both teams are kind of taking it as they can.
Seeing a lot more trades now, just slowing the game in general. Got a pull from Brett. I never know if he's gonna go high or low. Like, he's walking one way, looking the other way. He does a really good job of just scoping out the areas.
Oh yeah,
Making sure, like, he drops the flag, puts it in good places that his team can run, get it, at least reset it. Just keeping the flag in play.
Of course. It looks like the Illuminati's on their flag, getting that returned. Maybe a breath of fresh air for them. This game is definitely going to...
So each team's not getting quite as far as they were at the beginning of the map. I mean, we might see an overtime here, honestly.
Yeah, at this rate, that's where it's headed, you know. And I mean, again, if you're Illuminati, you do not want to be in a situation like that. You do not want to be in an overtime.
You do not want to play longer than you need, because they've been put in that position already today too many times with resets, all sorts of things. Looks like Blind might be sticking around, waiting for that active.
Yes, he said, "Oops, did shit there." We missed that melee, and unfortunately cost him the fight there.
Looks like they were both waiting for somebody to come through either side, but Manifest getting that slay. Hopefully not too much out in the open that he can return it.
It is a straight return again. Yeah, it is just an absolute back and forth. Neither team wants to give, neither team is able to take, so.
It might be that halfway point. I mean, haven't quite made it there, or past that halfway point from either team in a while.
But both teams showing that they are able to make it to the flag at least, and say, hey, you know, still not messing around.
I'd say maybe Oddball a little bit, but CTF is definitely the most mind games, you know?
Oh, of course. Ghostifer going for another double kill there. So you got the entire Illuminati squad was taken down, so that's kind of the perfect spot for them to go and grab the flag. Of course they do.
It's like Render's fairly spread out, middle and back in the spawn. We got two Illuminati coming up.
They're returning their flag again. Oh my god, they're taken out. Looks like they didn't get the return, no.
They got that reset.
We're at the sweat.
Looks like it's still on the move.
Is moving that flag down the map. He has finally made it past that halfway point that we were just talking about. There it is. That gets us out of that overtime loop that we seem to be stuck in there.
Yeah, so we still got 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Like, that's enough time.
Oh, it's absolutely
to pull 3 more flags, 4 more flags, you know?
Maybe if the other team puts their controls down, I guess.
Lunge did not quite make it, but he second swing Rhett got the ninja.
Oh,
Taken.
Okay.
the entire Illuminati
Yeah.
team was taken out again. Just leaving Rhett there to grab that flag and take it all the way
Loving
down.
that down low route back. He's
It's
really running off the momentum of
completely
that last
working
cap.
for- Oh
Kind
man.
of looking like Blind Dreams over here with that super quick capture.
Wow. I mean, so you had the entire Illuminati squad just completely taken down. So at that
Taken
point,
down.
they had a free, basically just a free flag.
Yeah, just respawning, like trying to regroup, but before they can do any of that, before they can think,
Mhm.
really Render is taking advantage of that momentum, like we said.
Yeah, I know we've repeated it several times. But Render, if they are not, they're going to be consistent the entire time, right? So you cannot waver if you're the enemy team. If you're Illuminati, you cannot waver. You cannot start to break down or anything like that because Render is not going to, and they're just going to keep the same pace that they were going. However, it looks here like Blind Dreams is trying to make another play as he did earlier.
Man, these quick flags are really what's going to be making or breaking here. I mean, that first one was such like a slow, like inching pace, but looks like he
Absolutely.
might actually get it here.
Wow, look at that. Another one for Blind Dreams. Now, this is the final minute of the game, and Illuminati, if they want it, they have to make another play like that. They don't have time to mess around.
Definitely trying to prove to like each team proving to the other that they are the better one. They do not want to back down. I mean, Render Esports really trying to take this home, but Illuminati's out here telling them they might not necessarily be able to. And we got Rhett out here, maybe going for that final.
Red Sweat definitely trying to
Flag.
close it out here.
And
It is sudden death because
all
the
the way to the
flag is
sudden death.
out.
Yeah, he's see if he can go around,
Oh, that was great. That
avoid
was
the
great
flank, and let his
positioning.
team
And he got the kills there.
able to reset it. Make sure he's still got time to check all of his corners.
He cannot.
Oh man, Blind Dream
Now,
might be able to.
time expired. They did not make it.
Fortunately,
And so
not.
That does mean, though, that Render Esports are your Spirit of Combat #2 champions.
And like I said, you know I love Illuminati, but it is great to see a new champion here at Spirit of Combat. I mean,
Absolutely.
we've been waiting, and I mean,
Render,
every team played so well, but especially Render today.
oh, they completely showed up. They showed up and said, we want to win this, and they completely showed that they deserve to win that. They had such a dominant performance today. They 3-0'd Illuminati twice. And they came into this, this bracket undefeated as well. So they did not lose a single set today.
No, absolutely not. I mean, and you just have to think like, hopefully we see a lot of these teams come back for the next one. I mean, we saw a lot of great playing, like obviously from the teams we've just watched, but even like Sheepherd, um, BGC Scarlet showing up too for the first time as Spirit of Combat. You know,
Absolutely.
like kind of sticking in those like like middle grounds of the seeds. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of potential here, and I'm super excited
yeah.
to see what happens in the next Spirit of Combat, and I hope to see these two teams back especially.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I want to see more of Render for sure.
Absolutely.
That was
No, that
great.
was fun. Yeah.
I need to go shake Rhett the Sweat's hand now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't.
thanks everybody for watching Spirit of Combat #2.
So just a quick plug before we go, though. We do want to say that we do have a LAN next month as well. It is not Spirit of Combat, but it is hosted by the Game Arena VCS, which is our Vanguard Championship series. So anybody that maybe watches our Valorant streams, every Sunday we've done LANs for those as well. We are going to be hosting a Halo 1 with a $5,000 prize pool next month. So
Absolutely.
please
And
tune in for that.
for all mankind, hey, it's Trey. He'll be there. He'll be helping us out running the tournament. So everybody in the fam can come out. You can spectate. It's going to be a super fun time, and we hope to see everybody there. And thanks for coming and watching For All Mankind Spirit of Combat #2.
Right. And thanks as well to all of the people from for all mankind for helping us put this together and put it on.
Absolutely.